as a member of the Seneca Cayuga Nation, I grew up with so many aunties and my mom and women in my life and queer folks in my life that work to protect our culture, our languages, and us as people. And so I was really inspired to tell a story about two Indigenous women, an auntie and a niece, who will basically do anything for each other. And we see them undergoing a lot of obstacles, but it's through their love and their joy for each other and their culture that they're able to transcend all of those issues and find connection on the other side.
I was on board with this one before there was even a name for the character, before there was a world drawn. I just knew I wanted to work with Erica again. We did a short film called Little Chief. You can watch it on YouTube. You can see how this artist turned 7 pages into something that feels like a feature. And before I even left set, I wanted to ask Erica if she would consider making a feature that I could be in. And before I even had the chance to ask her, she said, "Can I write a feature for you?" I'm like, "Yes, please."
Erica came to me with the story. She had a few story beats laid out, but she was just describing this world and these characters that I was like, oh my gosh, she's from Oklahoma, I'm from Alaska, but I could so relate to this auntie and this niece and this story that she wanted to tell about the love between them and their community, and it was just so relatable that I was like, there's no way I can say no to this. It's a dream.
As a producer, I'm always looking for incredible directors, and when I met Erica Tremblay, I pretty much fell in love with her vision and jumped on as soon as I can to support the film and to make sure it got made.
Modern Native American lives are so overwrought with a lot of systems related to federal government and our history with treaties with the United States and other countries before the United States was founded. But we still managed to find hope, and connection despite all of these kind of imposed systems.
Lily is a powerhouse, and we hadn't had Isabel yet, but getting to know her throughout the whole process, the whole thing was just an honor.
Ironically, I am a ballet dancer. We talk about the differences that those have, but ballet was such a big part of my life, and just honestly studio dance as a whole. And, I grew up going to powwows, so I had that foundation there. And to get to learn so much about powwow through my work it was such a gift.
It's really a mother-daughter story at its core, whether you take it literally or metaphorically. There's also something about family, the importance of it, the sacredness of it, the sense of perpetual belonging that nothing else gives you when it's really working. And I think Lily Gladstone, I think there is an undeniable star power, and she holds the screen, and every frame she's in, you don't want to look away.
It's told from an Indigenous lens, a female writer, director. This story is about an epidemic that's happening in Indian country, all throughout Indian country, Canada, United States, MMIW, missing and murdered Indigenous women. It's going to spark conversation. It's going to spark questions, which is something that it's helpful coming from cinema. I mean, there's so much education through art, right? So really happy to be a part of this collaboration.
The story itself is just amazing. It's something that really needs to be understood from this perspective, and the way this film speaks about it is just a wonderful way.
We brought the 2 leads out a couple of weeks in advance to learn choreography for the dance sequence, and then also to study the Cayuga language. And so they had those 2 weeks to really bond, and I mean, it was just sort of instant chemistry, though. It's something that as a filmmaker you hope will happen, and we were lucky enough that it did.
If you look at the sort of, what Hollywood has perpetuated, it's this notion that the people exist in the distant past. And so there's a way that, the media has worked to, it has pushed the erasure. The erasure is pervasive. And I think that by putting a story in the now, you really see that, yes, the people exist here and now, today. They're not part of a relic of the past.
Awesome. Thank you. Ladies, turn ahead.